मित्रांनो, आज पोलरायझेशन ह्या चॅप्टर मधल्या महत्वाचा प्रयोग, महत्वाचा आर्टिकल लॉरेन्झ हाफसेड पोलॅरिमीटर, जे मागच्या वेळेला आपण निकोल प्रिझम विषयी चर्चा केली. त्या निकोल प्रिझम, दोन निकोल प्रिझमचा उपयोग करून, in last lecture we have already discussed how the Nicol prism was prepared, how it can be made by using the crystal and by grinding, means by cutting it diagonally, grinding it, and again by using canna balsam, that crystals are cemented, and by taking the use of that crystals, here the polarimeter is made up of that type of two crystals. Using that crystals, a polarimeter is nothing but it is an instrument for determining the optical rotation of solutions. When it is used for determining the quantity of sugar in particular solution, at that time it is also known as a saccharimeter. See here, once again, a polarimeter is an instrument which is used for determining the optical rotations of solutions when used for determining the quantity of sugar in a solution, and when it is used for the measuring the quantity of sugar in solution, then it is called as a saccharimeter. See here friends, this is a diagram. See here, from which we are observing the optical rotations. This is a telescope, and see here is the source. These are the light rays. This is nothing but a collimating lens. This is ordinary light rays travels in this direction, means vibrations. Then here N1 is first Nicol prism. See here, it is a cemented, this calcite crystal, and again here HSP, we can say half shade plate, and through this half shade plate this ray travels through a glass tube. This is a glass tube. This glass tube contains a solution. If here we are taking a sugar solution, this glass tube is filled with this sugar solution without any type of bubble, means this care should be taken that solution should be free from bubble. This is again another nickel crystal, and then this nickel N2 can be rotated about the axis of the tube. and this rotation can be measured. This is a scale, or we can say by the scale we can measure the orientation in the terms of angles, and that is observed by this telescope. See here, once again we will discuss the construction of polarimeter, Lorentz half-shade polarimeter. It consists of a monochromatic source S, which is placed at a focal point of convex lens L. See, just after the convex lens there is a Nicol prism Gen 1. This is Nicol prism Gen 1, which acts as a polarizer. See, this is a polarizer. Here this is analyzer, which acts as a polarizer. HSP means half shade plate, the device which divides the field of polarized light emerging out of Nicol N1 into two halves, generally of unequal brightness. Keep in mind this term, unequal brightness. Then G is a glass tube, just we discussed, in which optically active solution we are going to fill. Then the light, after passing through that glass tube T, is allowed to fall on the analyzing Nicolian tube, means that analyzer, which can be rotated about the axis of the tube. Then the rotation of analyzer can be measured with the help of a scale, and the light is observed through the telescope T. In this way, we are observing this half part means unequal distribution. This one is bright one, this is dark. See this, when we are observing this, then how it works. In the half shade, H goes between the polarized light source and the sample, and it consists of two half discs of equally observative material. One half ACB is a glass. ACB, this is a glass, and this another half is a quartz, and it lets the polarized light pass through unchanged. And what happens in the other half ABB, which is made of quartz with the optical axis along AOB and BOC, AOB, AOB and BOC. These are the optical axes, and it is cut to half wavelength thickness. In essence, this means that if the original polarization was along SOP, in the quartz half it gets reflected over into ROQ, that is orthogonal to SOP, orthogonal to SOP. In this way, this Lorentz half-shade polarimeter works, and in actual experiment, when we are doing this experiment, the different concentrations of solutions are taken and the corresponding angles of rotations are determined. Then a graph is plotted between the concentration C on x-axis and the corresponding angle of rotation on the y-axis. The graph is nothing but a straight line graph, and using the value of the slope means here we have to draw or calculate a slope. Using the value of the slope, the peak rotation of the optically active substances can be calculated. In this way, friends, the Lorentz half said polarimeter works. The values which we get, we have to put the formula for specific rotation, and that formula is nothing but theta equals to alpha L, and by simplifying it, S is nothing but 10 into theta divided by L, which is nothing but in centimeter, and C means concentration in gram per cubic centimeter. We will see what is nothing but also we have been seeing the video of a specific rotation, and by keeping these values in their specific rotation we get the um, value of the specific rotation or optical rotation of that solution. Here we will stop this article. See again, the question may be asked in the form of MCQ that in Lorentz half-shade polarimeter, two Nicol prisms used as, we have to write the answer as a analyzer and as a polarizer in this way. And if we are using the Nicol's Lorentz half-shade polarimeter, then how we are calculating the specific rotation? What is the formula? Then we have to write S equal to tan theta divided by L in centimeter into C, that is concentration in gram per cubic centimeter. Thank you very much. Thank you.